established actually by the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations. It is to recognize the importance of milk as a global food. It has been observed since 2001. The day is intended to celebrate and increase public awareness about the nutritional and economic importance of milk and milk products around the globe. So, alam naman natin, tayo sa Filipinos and Asian countries, no? Medyo lactose yung iba. And so, like OCGAP, some of you here, no, were in the university. Sabi niya, the backbone of the nation is agriculture. And what else can strengthen us but milk? So when we support dairy, we support agriculture. Yung iba dito, like yan, sila Sir Igo, sila Shelly, lagi nila sinasabi after interview kay Doc Gam, parang bitin. Sabi nila, parang lagi sila nabibitan dun sa interview. So, lagi sila nag-aano ng another schedule for another time na ma-interview si Doc Gam. So, ito na po yun. Ibibigay ko po siya sa inyo today. Papahin niyo po siya tanongin. And aside from that, no, we are also joined by Chairman Emilizana, Chairman Emiliza Moranchana of CAT1, and Sir Danny Fausto, President of the Dairy Confederation of the Philippines, to also share some insights on the current dairy industry. Then, as we know po, si Doc Gam, he was a roving vet for 26 years. So, ang roving vet po is the equivalent of doctor to the barrio. So, he's been with the NDA for 26 years. And aside from that, he was also an PIC of the Filipino Veterinarian. So, like most of us here, he's also a newsman. So, every time na nai-interview siya, actually parang ako may mas natutunan about agriculture. So, yun, for the dairy industry, is the glass half full or is it half empty? Diba? Ito natin is it optimistic or is it But kami sa NPA, what we want is to increase the number of milk classes on the table. So yun po, dito na papatagalin, and to give his keynote message, I'd like to call on the Administrator of the National Dairy Authority, Dr. Gabriel L. Agamaya.
Thank you very much, Ian, for the very nice introduction. And good afternoon to our friends in the media. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to greet everyone a happy World Milk Day. Today we gathered here to recognize the vital role of milk in the dairy programs in advancing the 8-point Kosher agenda as we strive to address pressing concerns of our country. First and foremost, let us acknowledge the importance of food security. The National Dairy Authority is committed to promoting the consumption of milk among Filipinos, recognizing its significance as a source of essential nutrients like calcium, protein, and vitamins. Milk is not just a complete food for young children, but its benefits extend to adults and senior citizens as well. By emphasizing the consumption of milk, we aim to contribute to the overall well-being of our population. Furthermore, an investment in healthcare is an investment in the future of our nation. Healthy individuals are less likely to fall ill and require extensive medical care. In this regard, milk plays a crucial role. When a sick person can no longer finish their meals, milk becomes a crucial source of nutrition. Imagine if we could fulfill the constant demand for milk in our district, public and private hospitals by sourcing it directly from our local dairy farmers. This not only supports our healthcare system, but also empowers our farming communities. Education is another vital aspect of our socio-economic development. We cannot ignore the link between poor academic performance and issues like poverty and malnutrition. To address this, the NDA is working closely with the Department of Education on the school-based milk feeding program, which aims to enhance the health and nutrition of young learners. Unfortunately, the pandemic has disrupted this program. leading to a decline in the improvement of children's nutrition, it is essential to resume and expand this program to high schools, increasing the number of days to combat malnutrition effectively. Well-nourished children not only perform better academically, but also thrive in extracurricular activities, ensuring a brighter future for our nation. Our commitment to social services is unwavering. Dairy farming holds the potential to nourish vulnerable populations, such as the elderly and the indigent families, while also serving as an alternative source of income for rural communities. By establishing dairy cooperatives, farmers can come together to produce and process milk, leading to increased profits and improved livelihoods. This industry has the power to create jobs and stimulate local economies. By fostering dairy farming on a national scale, we can uplift communities and alleviate poverty. Considering the projected demand for dairy products, it is clear that the Philippine dairy industry has an opportunity to provide high-quality dairy products meeting the needs of our population. To seize this opportunity, the NDA has developed a comprehensive plan. Our goal in the next 5 years is to achieve a 500% increase in dairy production. That will amount to 80 million liters a year. Achieving this target requires data-driven and efficient farm management, maximizing the potential of each dairy farm and addressing gaps in the dairy value chain. Currently, the average milk dairy production per cow stands at only 8 to 10 liters. However, through improved feeding, we can raise that to up to 15 to 16 liters. To support this vision, we are initiating the establishment of feed centers in rural areas, targeting one of the costliest farm inputs. By enabling cooperatives to produce and distribute good quality feeds efficiently, we can significantly reduce the cost and increase profits of our farmers. Our plan involves increasing the milking herd up to the 15,000 cow level, with a target of producing 15 liters of milk per cow per day. Additionally, we aim to optimize nutrition and feed efficiency to achieve a ratio of 2.3. That would mean, in terms of a ratio, that would mean a very efficient milking cow. And of course, a 30% increase in farmers' income over the feed cost. To bolster the industry further, we plan to develop 5 stock farms in different parts of the country, focusing on General Pino in Nueva Ecija, in Ginubatan, Albay, Ubay, Bohol, Malaybalay, Bukidnon, and in Davao City. These farms will breed island-born animals and contributing to the improvement of the dairy herd through better genetics in the Philippines. We are committed to promoting the development of the dairy industry not only for its economic benefits, but also for its contribution to the welfare of the Filipino people. With our comprehensive approach and strategic initiatives, the Philippine dairy industry has the potential to experience a significant growth, benefiting the local economy and improving the lives of farmers and consumers alike. In conclusion, on this World Milk Day, let us celebrate the power of milk and dairy programs in aiding President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. 8-point socio-economic agenda. Together, we can address the challenges faced by our nation in the areas of food security, healthcare, education, and social services. By supporting the dairy industry, we empower our communities, ensure a brighter future for our children, and create a prosperous Philippines for all. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Gap, for your keynote message. And now, I would like to call on the President of the Dairy Confederation of the Philippines. He's an investment banker, a dairy farmer, and a civic leader. And I think that no time is familiar with him. I'd like to call on Mr. Danny Fausto.
Attorney
Gabino.
Gabino sa ating mga kaibigan na kay Jardine, kay Danessa, si Jervis Manahan, Bella Triaso, Kiko Flores, si Shelby, and Jenny. So, nila tayo. Maraming salamat. Did I miss anybody from media? Meron pa sa likod. I'd also to acknowledge our friends and partners in the Department of Education and inform na you are here. So, thank you for inviting me to speak in this very important World Meal Day. Some time ago, I usually attend FAO at Thailand. They're based there to celebrate the World Meal Day. I'm here as the chairman of the Dairy Confederation of the Philippines. It is the conglomeration of different federations, started with 5 federations, and different cooperatives and associates member. So I made some charts for media to absorb and be able to write about. So let me begin. For the update of the dairy industry. You will notice in this chart the gross supply is at 3.3 billion liters, and our production is less than 1%. Basically, it's 0.8% ang production ng Pilipinas sa gatas. And as you know, for me, it is from wool to tube. From the time you are born, the first product or the first food that you will taste is milk, the milk from your mother. And perhaps before you die, the only food that you can be allowed to take is milk. So milk is everything. You eat ice cream, you drink coffee, you have milk tea, you have cheese, you have pastries and everything. You use it for your regular meal and ingredient for your meals. And as you can see in this chart, which is from the Philippine Statistics Authority, for 2022, $1.645 billion was imported by government. It is continuously increasing. From 2017, it's only $903 million. Then it went up to 1.1 million in 2021 and 1.6 billion in 2022. If you are thinking about tariff or revenue of government, at an average of 2.8 to 3%, you should be getting about 1 billion pesos in revenue, or 1.6 billion pesos in revenue for the milk importation alone. The importation of 1.6 or $1.645 billion, 80% of this is powdered milk. So you will see in the supermarket, from multinationals, you have fresh milk, and it cannot be fresh. Because for us, how can it be fresh? You travel 2 weeks to 3 weeks from New Zealand to Australia, bring it here. Because milk will expire or spoil in less than 7 days. So it's powdered milk, reconstituted, converted to liquid milk, and passed on to the consumer as fresh milk. And that is blatant. If you see in the supermarket, in their cartons, the UHT Tetra Pak packaging, in all major multinationals selling milk, it is labeled as fresh milk. This has been our advocacy for the past 3 decades to review this violation of the Truth in Labeling Act, the Consumer Act. And as you know, they always, or the FDA always tell us that it is the codex, the international codex standard. But in the international codex standard, it says there, it is up for the country to define what is fresh. Because for them, FDA, if it is pasteurized, it is no longer fresh. For them, what comes from the teats of the animal is what is fresh. But for the other countries, if you cannot, this kind of labeling that you see in the supermarket, you cannot see them in all other ASEAN and developing countries or developed countries because they are strictly prohibited. So truth in labeling acts violated. Anyway, so as I said, 30 million liters is the only production of our country with a 3.380 billion liters that is required. In terms of where it is coming from, before it was New Zealand, which is on top. Now it's overtaken by the United States, which is 33%, and New Zealand is 27% of this milk. Now Belgium, before it's Australia, Belgium, and then Australia. I don't know if you can see the chart. And these milk are coming from cow's milk. At the local production, as I said, local production will be 53% from cow's milk, and 38% from caramels milk, and 9% it's goat's milk. You know, goat's milk is very important because it is the only clinically acceptable replacement of mother's milk. So it is very expensive. For those who would like to take care of goats as a livelihood, as a business enterprise, not only the meat, which is very much needed in terms, especially if it's halal meat in the supermarkets, because the ruminant, which is the large ruminant, is the cattle and the carabao, and the small ruminants, the goat. These are all ruminants because they eat grass, therefore stomachs. So yun ang maganda sa goat. And we would like to propagate also goat. And that is part of the program of the National Dairy Authority. And in order to supply our requirement, the demand, you have 27 liters per capita consumption. And I think based on the computation PSA and PDA computation is 27 liters per capita consumption. If you multiply it by 112 million Filipinos, then we will need 3 million dairy animals. 3 million dairy animals with 1/3 of that in the milk line. That's about 1 million or 1.1 million in the milk line, producing 7 liters per cow to be able to meet the demand. Our current stock, cow the dams, is 9,600 for cattle, 7,200 for carabao, and 13,800 for goat. That is the very so in terms of why is it that it's like that? You know, the problem with our dairy, majority of which is the dairy animal, the indigenous dairy animal. We do not have a dairy animal before. We have the native animal that produces less than 1 liter. Yung mga sungay na ganun, puti paa, ganun, pero brownish. So this chart which tell you that we have in 2021 2.8 million carabaos. Out of the 2.8 million carabaos, 19,000 is dairy. We need, as I said, 3 million of dairy animals to be able to meet our requirement. And for cattle, we have 2.6 million cattle, but 27,000 is the dairy type. So how do we now do this? There is a program from the National Dairy Authority which I would like to gain and be advocating that government should support, is to improve the genetics of the animal. I will tell you later the strategies and plans for the next 5 years. I was fortunate to be part of the discussion in the drawing up of the roadmap. We will need, this is the all ages inventory as of 2019. This is the data from the roadmap. 63,437 is the number of animals already heard. The breedable female is 29,000. And based on the NDA PCC TSA survey of 2016, we had 58,770. It's a good figure, but still, we need 1.1 million in the milk line being milked. So to be able to have 1.1 million, you should have about 3 million herd. That included the bulls, the calves, the heifers. Now, in terms of the people that are involved in the dairy in the entire country, we have 519 cooperatives in the Philippines. Most of them in Luzon. South Luzon is 115, North Luzon is 91, and then Eastern Visayas, Western Visayas, and so on. We have 29 provinces participating in the dairy program. And it involves 10,563 families. I'm not talking about just farmer because the one who really takes care of the animals are the children and the wives. While the husband goes to the sabungan or nagtotoke.
Tagal.
Ano nila sa buhin, no? Of course, I mentioned already the number of cows. So we're talking about 10,563 at the moment, and counting. So, what are the strategies based on that? We'll discuss why these strategies and policies has been drafted. Improve the daily animal productivity. Implement the wide dairy herd, industry-wide dairy herd improvement program. Meaning, yung mga existing native and meat-type animal can now be improved through artificial insemination or putting a bull, which is a purebred. Pagka na-breed yan, then of course it is a slow process, but you do not have to import animals that is expensive because these animals are currently present in our countryside. So you just have to improve it through artificial insemination. We will need an army of technicians, AI technicians. The capacity of both PCC and NDA to train technicians is 300 technicians a year. If you will have technicians, right now, the technicians are doing about 76 to 100 animals per year. If we can improve them, or tell the technician to do about 150 to 200, that will double already the daily animal that can be produced. And that can be done by incentives, because the technicians, only 50% of those that were trained really go to the field and do the artificial insemination. Because most of them, they go abroad or nasa New Zealand, nasa Australia. If you go there, makikita mo yung mga Pilipino nag-aalaga ng mga baka. As a matter of fact, when I went to New Zealand, there was a reunion, and I saw some of the people that trained in my farm. Nagkaroon ng reunion. Mga Pilipino nagpapatakbo ng farm sa New Zealand. There are only about 6 million people in New Zealand with 12 million cows. Number 2 is intensified feed-based development program. Ang problema kasi sa atin, we have an average of 1 to 1.5 hectares of land. The dairy and taking care of the ruminants, we need grazing area, and we do not have that because of the agrarian reform. And because of the 5-hectare limit, it was transferred to the next generation. It went to the next offspring, and next generation, lumiit yung lupa. And that cannot be done. So the only way to do that is to consolidate them, put them in a cooperative, and then this land now can be used to propagate and till forage for feeds. Sasabihin, kumikita yung bansa mais eh. The mais like what I'm always saying, in our company, DBF Dairy Farm, I own that DBF Dairy Farm, gatas ng kalabaw. You can see that in the supermarket. Bili kayo ba? Yan, pastillas. Anyway, our product is not milk. Our product is grass. And we convert grass into milk by using a machine we call Carabao. So the machine is well oiled, well maintained, well managed. So that is how we think about dairy farming. The product is in the ground, the grass, the corn, the forage. So we need to have better seeds, binhi, para nagdala dito, Monsanto, Napier, or Pak Chok. Pak Chok is a town northeast of Thailand. In the municipality there, that's why in the town of Pak Chok, that is where they discovered and have a mixture of the thin grass and the millet grass. Yun yung nakikita natin damo-damo dati, parang pugon. Yan. Ngayon, na-develop yan dahil yung thin grass malaking lumaas, millet and protein. So, it can have about 16 to 18% protein, which is needed. When you milk the animal, you have to replace the protein. By protein to replace the milk. Kung hindi, yung kalabaw, yung baka o kalabaw mo kumamayan. Mamamatayan. Saka ano. Anyway, green water production enhancement demo plots, of course in dairy zones, they're doing it now. Corn silage production and commercialization, yung mais. Ang ginagawa namin, you know, in 110 days, 120 days yung pagkuha ng mais. Pero yung mais, pagka nagbunga, yung sustansya ng katawan pumupunta sa bunga. So ginagawa namin, bago, pagka medyo maliit pa lang yung bunga, pinuputol na namin because sa kailangan natin yung katawan, hindi yung bunga. So yun ang ginagawa namin silage. Sinachak yun at kinikip namin yun, piniperment over time, saka namin pinapakain sa mga animals, sa aming dairy animals, para makatipid kami sa feeds because feeds is indispensable. Kailangan natin bigyan ng nutrients, yung animals to be able to get more milk and maintain their health. To keep and input low, nagpunta kami sa forage development, and that is the corn silage. And then demonstration of dairy mixed with plantation crops. This is what we're calling about the canopy plantation. You have coconut plantation, 3.6 million hectares of coconut areas natin. 8 to 10 meters of coconut. So in between, we can plant corn for forage or for affair, for the feeds of the animal. And that's part of the trust fund, the Cocoletti trust fund. And I think NDA was given a budget for that. By now, the third year, we should have about 500 million by now. We've written the President about this matter because 3 years is about to end. It's now 2 years and 4 months has passed. We have not heard anything about where the trust fund, the Cocoletti fund, went. Kung hindi naman dapat yan, nasa kamay na ng NDA at ginagamit na natin sa dairy. So yun ang sinasabi natin, including yung pagkuha ng mga ginikan, yung hay after harvest, then you mix it with the rock and everything, you know, we call it total administration, para makatipid, no? Yung mga tinatapon ng mga sa kordilera, tinatapon na gulay, yung mga tinabalatan ng mga cabbages, pwedeng pakain. I'm sure there is a formulation for that, and that's why we need extension work from the government, especially the National Dairy Authority and the Philippine Cargo Center. Crop residue enrichment and densification. Ito na yung sinasabi ko na yung mga residue, yung pinag-anihan, pwede namin gamitin. The second is fast track dairy herd reduction. The easiest way is to stock infusion. Mag-import tayo ng stock. Right now, for the past, since 1970, I think we have about 14,000 animals. Now I think they have 20, out of that we have now 28,000 animals. But it's slow, no? It's very expensive because it costs us about what, 150, 3,000, 4,000 dollars per animal if you import it. And you cannot import less than 1,000 heads. And the problem also is the phytosanitary ruling, regulations, because some of the countries that we are importing them are with FMD. No? So we have to import them for non-FMD, FMD free or food and mouth disease free countries. So we're limited to, especially the buffalo. We have imported from Bulgaria, from Brazil, and Italy. Now we have more buffaloes here in the Philippines than in Bulgaria. They have already neglected the buffalo. By the end, that we might be exporting buffalo to them. We cannot import buffalo from India because of the FMD. So we're getting our cows, which has the problem also with the cows is that in other countries, cows can produce 20, 30 liters per day per cow. In our country, we cannot do that because their country is temperate, malamig. So we are tropical and we have heat and humidity. So we will be happy with 7 to 10 liters per animal. But just the same, in terms of livelihood, the farmer makes about 7 to 10,000 pesos per month per cow. And he can take care of perhaps 10 cows. So if you are making money, if your salary is about 50,000, the farmers, the dairy farmers can make 70 to 100,000 a month. From the milk alone, we have not counted the offspring and the meat, we will call it, and the meat that's produced from the animal. And then directed backcrossing is sex semen. They are now, we have now the sex semen, meaning 80% probability that the offspring will be female. Kasi we cannot milk the male. Perhaps Kiko can teach me how to milk the male. So it has to be a sex semen, and also those that have been crossbred na 50-50 na pagka pure and dating 50-50 ang anak, we have to monitor and find where they are to inseminate again to make it 75-25 pagka. But the 50-50 already will produce good milk. As a matter of fact, in our experience, when we see 75% breed, medyo mainitin na dahil nabubuhay sila sa mas malamig na lugar. And we are in Central Luzon, and it's difficult because of the humidity and the heat. The expansion of application insemination services, so as I said, kailangan natin ng AI technicians. Ang ginagawa natin, AI, sa first S2s, pagka naglandik, AI, susunod na buwan, AI uli, pangatlong buwan, patatabihan ko na ng bull. Pagka nanganak siya ng 7 months,
Hindi na kasi magiging
yung AI did it. Pagka 9 months, the bull did it. So we know what's the parent. So we need animal registry. We need the recording para to avoid crossbreeding.
pag-AI ng AI.
This is dangerous.
Enjoy yun.
And then we read replacement papers and by vaccine. Ginagawa ng NDA yan. Baka kasi kailangan ng pera ng farmer, ibebenta. Sayang, ano? So we need to buy them back because these are hybrid animals. No? And to make sure that yung replacement, doon pala sa tiyan ng nanay, we are already taking care of it because the calf today is our calf tomorrow. Then expanding the market of domestic milk. We would like to thank the Department of DepEd for helping us. You just don't know how much assistance or gain we bring to our farmers. Tayo lang naman dito. Well, in our case, in Nueva when we started about 30 years ago, 35 years ago, some of our members were formerly combatant and supporters. Now we have given them livelihood
And I wish to thank the DepEd for continuing this advocacy and assistance to the farmers on the school children milk feeding program. You're helping a lot of farmers and giving them not only livelihood but decency, not only food security but also nutrition. Fresh milk advocacy and promotion, which is what I said, fresh milk labeling, improving hygiene, quality of milk. We regularly have to teach the farmer the proper hygiene, milk hygiene, milk hygiene. Because sayang, when they milk it, minsan dumihan, may mahangin, dumihan. Because we cannot process bad milk. We need to have quality control right from the beginning, from the milking of the animal. And then increase private sector investment participation, access to input and credit. This is what has been asked to me by Delia from Philippine Star. Ano ba reaction ko sa Maharlika Investment Fund? Kasi yung Land Bank at DBP mag-i-invest as capital. Kaya yes, ang Land Bank and DBP is our agricultural fund. Ngayon, mapupunta yan sa Maharlika Investment Fund. It has to make money. When you make money, going to agriculture is a mission, lending operation. Mabuti na lang at they understand the farmers. It is not the cooperative who's making money on the milk feeding. It is the farmer who's delivering the milk and making money every day before breakfast because they milk the animal 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Before breakfast, they make money. And that is what is being done by the school children milk feeding program. Thank you again, Ted. Incentives of production and post-production, investment portfolio, and support the establishment of daily business hub. Yun ang tinutulungan. I'd like to thank the National Dairy Authority. Without let up, they are helping processors like us. If we need something, then they are there to help because that is part of the roadmap that's been drawn and approved by then Secretary and submitted to the President. Fifth, increasing human resources capabilities and capacities. Capacitating the implementing agencies. We are seeking LGU's participation and asking their help, teaching their municipal agriculturists so that we will have what we call this augmentation force to help the farmers on the technology, on the proper nutrition, taking care of the animal, entrepreneurship, governance for cooperatives and financial literacy, even helping applying for a credit loan from a bank. Because most, if not, majority of our dairy farmers didn't finish elementary. So how can you expect them to prepare business plan, cash flow, partnership, and projected financial statement? They cannot do that. And it is only through agricultural technicians extension work that we can be able to help them. With the help, of course, and support of the local government units. As you see, the primary responsibility of the local government unit under the local government code is to develop the agriculture sector, the agriculture industry. That is Section 17, item number 1, responsibility. And we need the assistance of LGU to be able as a multiplier force for the NDA technicians. Because as you see, how can we do this? Our budget for this year, 2023, is 5.3 trillion pesos. The budget of NDA is less than 0.01%. About less than 300 billion out of 5.3 trillion. Not even 0.01%. And then it's giving a lot of livelihood, income, and business. The complete value chain is there. It's present from the forage to the milking of the animal, taking care of the animal, milk collection, going to the processing plant, packaging, distribution, cold chain, up to the marketing, up to the school children, to the schools being supervised by the Department of Education. It's a complete line. That is example of what the President wants, the value chain. And dairy, I would say, I think for now, 100% complete in the value chain, from production up to the table. Is any new participation in dairy development. So that's the presentation that I'd like to give to you. We are challenged because the importation, since we cannot meet the requirement immediately, I think the target is to target the liquid milk or the ready-to-drink milk market. If we can have 80% sufficiency on the ready-to-drink market, we will now have about 7% sufficiency level, not 0.8%. So yun ang malaki. So yun ang achievable. So what is needed, I think that by program, they will need, the National Dairy Authority will need 2 billion a year, not 280 million. To be able to achieve this, to reach about 20,000 heads of dairy animal or stock infusion, and augmented by herd improvement through genetics improvement, by artificial insemination, assistance of LGU. But sabi ng LGU, how can we have animals? I tell them, you do not need animals, you just need a liquefied nitrogen tank. And artificial insemination. You have your people trained at the NDA and the Philippine Cargo Center as technicians so that we can breed them using AI. Only the problem is about we have 26 to 30% success rate, but I think that can be improved, and also with the help of bulls, pure breed, hybrid bulls, baby bulls. So that's, I think, is what is the update and the problem and what we plan to do. Hopefully, the media can help us bring this forward to the attention of government. We can deliver, if we can deliver more in terms of peaceful, sustainable community, which is in the parkland communities that are milking the animal, removing them from the temptation of going to rebellion, and also give them enough livelihood, decency, food security, and nutrition for their children. And for the other children, because DepEd knows this, from the study, 10 years and below, children 10 years and below, 90% of them, they do not know how to read or write, or cannot understand what they're reading. And we at last, in fact, the last one, in terms of science, math, and English. This will be the children, the people that will be with us, our employee, 2 or 3 decades from now. And also, can you imagine, we have this young population that is stupid. So, milk is the solution. And I tip my hat to the DepEd. We have the sustansyang pagkain para sa mga bata, there's a law, the DepEd, and para sa DSWD, merong masustansya para sa magnananay, nutrition para sa magnananay. And with that, we will be able to augment, just like what they did in Thailand. In Thailand, they have 21 billion a year in the milk feeding, pesos equivalent for the milk feeding. And I don't know how much we have in the DepEd. And I would like to make this appeal in our concern that there is this possibility that in order to meet the requirement of feeding the children, especially in Visayas and Mindanao, attempt to have powdered milk to be used to feed the children. The purpose of the school children milk feeding program is to give livelihood, not only for nutrition of the children, but to give livelihood to the farmers. especially those that in the parkland barangays. And if you have powder milk, if you do not have liquid milk as component, then you're depriving the market of the farmers because they cannot be. It has to be mandatory that the milk feeding program should contain fresh milk. In that case, we will be assured that it is coming from our farmers. Thank you very much and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Sir Danny, for the very informative presentation. And now, I would like to call on our next resource speaker. She is an educator and entrepreneur and mentor. She is the president and owner of the Aquinas de Scholar Academy Incorporated, school committed to quality education and excellence. Currently, she is the chairperson of the board of the Cagmon Multipurpose Cooperative. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Chairman Emelisa Grabador Lorenchaner.
Good afternoon, everyone. Of course, to our Dr. Gabriela Gamarra, to our keynote message, and of course, our President of the Confederation of the Philippines, Sir Danny B. Fausto, and of course, Sir Ulet Dominguez. Attorney Gavino Benitez, our Deputy Administrator. And to all of you who are here, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a presentation regarding our Cagmon Multipurpose Cooperative Incorporated. And of course, we're the first next. Cagmon Multipurpose Cooperative, for your information, is located in Uban, Cagmon, Santa Maria, Bulacan. We started with our 26 sorry, sir. I think alright. With our founding members, with 26 founding members with an initial capital of 12,500. And it was been registered as an agricultural cooperative in the year 1987 in September.
87.
Back to the first slide, sorry na. Okay.
87 pala.
We have our mission and vision. Sa aming pong pananaw, ay isang matatag na kooperatiba na may masagana, kabuhayan at kasabihan. At yan po, at present time, this is also our vision at present. At syempre po, ang aming misyon ay isang makabuluhang paglilingkod para sa lahat ng pangangailangan ng mga kasapi at pamayanan. At kasabay nito, ang pagtataguyod at pag-aalaga ng kalikasan. So yun po ay, lahat po ay aming po binibigyan po diin as we have our cooperative mission. Again, for the next slide. With our goals po, syempre po, we have mabawasan po ang dahok ng mga mamayan sa pamamagitan ng diwang kooperatiba. Later on my next slide po, makikita niyo po ang aming pong tinutulungan dito, yung po mga talagang mga magsasaka. Sila po talaga yung unang-una namin mga binigyan po ng pansin sa pagtataguyod po at pag-establish po ng aming kooperatiba. Yan po ang aming pong unang negosyo, ang feed milling po. Yan po ang before and after. So, in the year 1989, yan po na-share ang aming po unang bodega na bibigyan po namin ng feed milling. At pangalawa po, 2022, yan po, ngayon po ay isa ng may covered court at the same time po may mga opisina na po. Yun po yung pag-grow po ng aming cooperative. Ang aming pong mga negosyo ay mga sumusunod. In terms of production, meron po kaming katulad what I said, meron kaming team meeting. Yan po ay sinimulan po namin dati dahil po sa dating panahon, wala pang ASF, talagang ang isa sa pinaka sikat na negosyo ay ang pagbababoy, ang ating piggery. Ngunit sa kasalukuyan, ito po ay unti-unti na rin pong nawala at kami naniniwala sa ilang taon pa, ito po ay muling babalik. At gayon po ngayon po dahil po sa ganyang pangyayari, we have our layered poultry farming. Nag-convert din kami para sa ganun, matulungan din po namin ang aming miyembro. No? Of course, matulungan pa sila dahil po sa ASF na naranasan. And dumako kami sa isang pag-farming. At yun po ay aming pong ginawa. Yun po, meron kaming alagang mga cow. Later po, makikita po natin sa slide. At yun po ay matatagpuan po sa next i-discuss po. Ngayon po sa other production po, meron din kaming dairy milk processing. Sa dairy milk processing po, yun po ang aming pong processing plant na matatagpuan po ito sa Lumuhangin, Santa Maria, Bulacan. At dyan po namin ginagawa yung aming pong mga yogurt, yung aming pong dairy milk, at mga flavored milk, at syempre po yung pong milk na nasa shake, na ngayon po ay ginagamit po namin sa milk baby. For that, kanina po, katulad na sinabi ko, taga-alaga nga po kami ng mga cows po, yan po ay matatagpuan po sa San Rafael Dairy Farm. May ilang po kami mga cows dyan, at gayon din, aside from the farm in San Rafael, meron po kami sa Villa Farm. Ito po ay humigit kumulang almost 200. Pero po iyon ay may 100 plus lang po na amin pong nilalagasan. Yan po. Siyempre po production of milk. Aside sa aming pong milk na sinusuplayan namin mula sa aming farm, meron din po kami mga co-operators. O sinasabi natin miyembro na magsasaka, katulad na sinabi po ni Sir, no? Ang mga magsasaka po ay isa sa natutulungan po talaga na milk feeding. No? Direct, indirectly. Pero po, katulad na nakita niyo po mga pictures, hanggang 9 o'clock, no? Nagkakapera na sila out of their milk na nagatasan from their own farm. And then, aside from that, we have the marketing. So, farm marketing, yan po nakikita ninyo sa pictures po. Yan po yung aming yogurt. And then, before po, we have our milk bar. And then, we have the quesong puti. And then, of course, our sterilized milk. Yan po yung resort na milk na nag-last for almost 1 year. At nandun po yung aming meat processing. Sa meat processing po, dati po may pork kami. Pero po, since nawala na nga po yung pork, kaya nag-convert po kami sa meat ng mga cow. Kasi po, di ba yung cow, hindi naman ma-perfect na male. Female ang meron din mga male na siya ang aming inaalagaan ng 14 months at ginagawa namin siyang meat. At pinipitaan namin sa aming mga kasapi at even the non-members. At then we have our layered poultry farming. Yan po yung kanina sinabi ko. We have our egg production at the same time. So, ang Santa Maria Dairy, you've got meat market. Ito po yan. We have our Metro Gaisano supermarkets. The Walter Mart, All Day Supermarket. Yan po ay talagang amin pong i-distribute with this institutional customers. The South Supermarket, the Robinson Supermarket, the Merrimart, property shops, pasalubong centers, and of course the trade fair and the trade show. In which we participate. And ito po yung sa Kadiwa din po, doon din kami nag-participate. At we have the NDA milk feeding program. And thank you po talaga din, no? Thank you sa DepEd with the milk feeding program. And of course, we have our engine community, the restaurant and individual personal consumption. And then, aside from that, ibigay din po kami ng distribution sa mga local government unit. We're in Santa Maria, May Kawayan, Baliwag, and San Rafael, and San Miguel, and San Ildefonso. And in other some provinces din po, which is not mentioned here. And then we have also the Pastillas manufacturer ng Bulacan and other micro business enterprises, which we refer to the reseller, online reseller, or the one who walk in, who want to resell our product. Yan po. Sabi nga, ang gatas ay isang complete food, and its nutritional benefits are not limited to the young children. Naniniwala po kami dyan, ang gatas ang kaisa-isang pagkain upang ang mga bata ay lumaking malakas, malusog, at matalino. Kaya po, we have also same advocacy. Kaya po kami, we keep on producing this milk for our children. Dahil kinakailangan natin ng mga matatalinong Pilipino, di po ba, for the next generation. So for aside from that, we have our quasi-banking. So meron po kami mga paluwagan savings, at the same time may mga loans po. And then, we have also our trading business. At yun po ay yung aming pong mga business diversification, which is the gas trading. We have one of our gas trading is the Petron, and we have our mga non-big players po. And then we have the dairy industry development corporate perspective. We have, in the part of the cooperative, we come up with these challenges that we are facing right now in the dairy industry on our perspective as cooperative. First, non-availability of island-born milking cows. Bakit po? Most of the time, nag-i-import lang po tayo. Wala tayo sa dito. And then second, longer time needed to raise calf to milking dam, which about 2.5 years. Hindi ganun kadali to come up with that milking dam. And third, imported milking cows are not acclimatized to our Philippine weather. Tama po. Kunin natin sa ibang bansa, hindi naman sila tropical weather. Dito, tropical. Malamig doon, sobra dito napakainit. Medyo nagkaka-issue sa kanilang body. And then the government support for dairy farmers through fresh milk feeding in the school is not year-round basis. So there is a mismatch in the demand consumption and fresh milk supply production. So sometimes we cannot meet the demand kasi sabay-sabay naman po. So hopefully as a year-round, so we could plan on the time that we could produce and meet the demand needed in the school po. Ma-deliver namin yung amin po. And then, for our solution here, develop Philippine dairy by funding research and development. So, meron din naman kayang-kaya kung halimbawa po may funding, so why not develop our own breed? And then, import milking cows not only in only in tropical countries, so possible sana yun. And then extensive research in embryo transfer. And the last, increase funding and coverage days of milk feeding in the school. So, siguro, we could meet the demand already if it will be happen. And then, in that one co-op, let me share with you our resources and capital. As you could see on the slide, it is increasing, and although we have experienced a pandemic, it's still on the side of the increasing of our resources. For now, almost 700 million is our resources, and hopefully to come up to increase that more. And then with our income also, it's also increasing. Because of this businesses that we have, as you could see, it's not only focusing on the dairy industry, but we have also our trading and we have also our marketing as well. And then, with my with my statement here. So thank you for this invitation. I hope this will be an avenue for us on the part of our would seek more assistance from you. And of course, I think we are your partner on your goal to, of course, as you celebrate the World Milk Day. So we are your partners here. Thank you very much, and a pleasant afternoon to all.
Thank you, Sir Manuel Sana, for your presentation and message. And now, friends from the media, we go on to the next part of our program, which is the question and answer. Now, to facilitate this, kindly raise your hand to be recognized. And once the mic is given to you, sabihin niyo na lang po kung para sa yung question niyo, and they would be the one to answer. So again, Dr. Gabriel Lagamayo, Administrator of MDA, si President Fausto of the Philippine Dating Federation, and Chairman Lon Chana of California Breakfast Cooperative. Okay, first question is from Sir Chico Flores of Radyo Pilipinas.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Ian. Magandang hapon po, Administrator Gamayo. I have a question for you, and I have another question for Mr. Daniel Fausto. Yung 500% po the increase sa production ng dairy milk. Napakaganda po. Very laudable projection. Pero hindi kaya ito maapektuhan ngayon there's a impending El Nino phenomenon that's being announced by the experts. What are your contingencies, if ever?
Thank you very much, Chico, for that question. We made a strategy and we try to make it resilient sa mga kanyang environmental issues. And of course, one of which is the establishment of the feed centers. Kasi ang makaka-apekto lang naman sa production is yung availability ng feed sa farmer. Ngayon, kung ganito pa rin yung sitwasyon, na kanya-kanya pa rin ang sistema, nandyan may magtatanim ng mais, hindi tutubo ng maayos dahil kinabos sa bilan. Pero kung hayaan na po ng kooperatiba ang mag-supply ng pakain at itayo at operate ng maayos ang distribution para sa mga farmers, siyempre, pre-pressure din ang maayos. May konting kita ang kooperatiba. Palagay ko, malapit pa sa kahit anong klaseng environmental issues. Whether El Nino or La Nina. Kasi, para sa kalaman na lahat, sobrang tuyo, masama. Sobrang basa, masama din. Kaya kinakailangan natin may ayos ang supply ng pakain by establishing the feed centers.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Danny Fausto, nakarang araw po, the President has announced that he is contemplating, or for our government, to engage the services of SGS, the Sociedad General de Surveillance. It's an international reputable company with an intention of averting a smuggling of agri-products. Anong take po nung cooperative, the National Confederation, wherein affected din po ang milk in the what we call reported smuggling of the commodity. So
Well, for information, people, we have written the President yesterday and allowed him for this plan and express our admiration for having this idea. We have put this before, 1 week before, that before a product is loaded to the ship, it has to be inspected, at least for the agricultural products. And milk powders, dairy products, is one of these items because the major issue of smuggling is misdeclaration. So if you have inspected that before it is loaded to the ship, and that data is given to the customs and the Department of Agriculture, there will proposal to have the product paid already there from the point of origin, not in the customs when it arrives. So, pagdating dito, wala nang sisili yung customs, bayad na doon. Also, we have also recommended to the President that the advance copy of the ship manifest, while the ship is at sea, all the things that is cargoes inside the ship should already be at the advance copy from the Department of Agriculture. Or if it's, because, for example, under the Food Safety Act, one of the major responsibility of FDA is for the food safety, especially of new products. $1.6 billion worth of new product coming in, and they will be part of it. We have a forward advance copy of those, and of course the first order quality documents, which has been already provided several years before pandemic, but it's not being implemented. And to engage the public-private sector oversight committee on anti-smuggling, which is part of the conditionalities in the ratification of the ARCEP resolution number 42 of the Senate. Number one of the conditionalities is to have private-public participation in the oversight committee to fight anti-smuggling.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Kiko Torres. Anyone else? Okay, Ms. Vanessa of Philippine Start.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Vanessa Rivera of the Philippine Star. I just wanted to ask Sir Danny and sa NDA, and if you never sa Senate, what's the outlook po for the daily sector this year? Ano yung target or nakita natin production, given na yung first quarter data natin from PSA is may decline tayo ng 11% in daily production? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, kung 11%, I think that's a year-to-year comparison. But for this year kasi, one of the things that's different for this year, some of the alternatives or federations have shifted their breeding cycle. Kasi kung maalala nyo nung araw, di ba, June tayo nagsisimula. So, ang tinatarget ng araw ng mga farmers is to have their calving anytime in the second quarter. Para yung buhos ng gatas no, sa pagdating ng pasukan ng June. Ngayon, dahil nagsisimula na tayo ng much later sa ating school year, ginagawa natin ating school year, nagbago rin sila ng cycle. Kasi napansin nila, parang hindi natin na-hit yung mga targets na yung market. Kung kailan malaki ang requirement sa milk feeding, doon naman pag-decline na yung gatas. Kasi, ano yan usually, by the end or by the first quarter, by the last quarter ng every year, usually, doon na nag-cater off yung dami ng ginagatasong baka kasi tinatawag natin dry off. Normal na nangyayari yun. Sabi na parang hindi natin nahihit yung panahon. Kasi nagbago na nga yung school year natin. So yung difference na yun, I think is more pwede natin i-attribute dun sa pagbago nila ng cycle din. Kasi kung tinarget nila ngayon ng dapat mga laking mga alaga nilang gatasang kayo ng second quarter, ibig sabihin niyan, yung first quarter nila, yun yung pahina na dapat yung gatas.
On my part, I think we will have a good year, Vanessa, because of the milk feeding program. And we'll see around the country that our members, our cooperatives, are expanding their capacities so that they will meet the demand. And because of that, naturally, increase in post-harvest facilities, processing, and also improving the productivity of their animals because they can now give them enough nutrition to be able to produce more their cow in terms of yield of the milk. So I think if you talk about, tama sabi ni Gabi, we try to yung family, yung mga anak, no? Itinatako namin doon sa time na kakailangan yung gatas na namamanage yun, depende sa pag-bring mo. So yun ang ginawa. So that might be the cause why there's a little decline on the gift of us of this first quarter, the first quarter this year. But for the entire year, I think we're going to have a good year. That is.
Okay, Chairman Lorenzo, do you have answers po? Hello.
Wala.
On our part po, in our production, we have the same concern, the same issue. Yung bang sinasabi yun si John, o sinasabing maraming gatas at konti ang gatas. So, dumarating sa point na maraming order sa konti ang production ng milk. Kasi hindi mo naman sabihin, pwede sabihin kay baka, o ano kailangan ng ganito, tama ba? So, yun yung isang one of our main problem. Pero, kaya nga po, kung ito po ay magbibigay sa aming plano, mara ito month na to, the other month, we order na ahead of time. I think, kaya-kaya na itutuwa ng paraan. Bakit? Pwede po kami, may mga other partners kami na pwede matulungan kami sa meet ng order ng may solution din. Pero talaga, yung talagang busts, abono, I guess, it is impossible. Then sasabihin namin sa ating NDA, pwede po ba, ano na lang, ito muna ang kaya namin.
I think that was for his third time. 30, yes, sir. Do you have a follow-up question, Ms. Vanessa?
Do you see to surpass yung production natin last year ng 20?
Sa tingin ko kaya. I think the trajectory is there. And it's as long as NPA is provided with the support. Kasi while we are struggling to increase and improve our productivity, efficiency, we need also support from government kasi post-harvest, especially our cooperatives who needs capital, credit, para maka-expand, to be able to do that trajectory. But the animals that produces again, we can support all the requirements of the NPA program, and also initiate some marketing in terms of the commercial supermarkets, even export. As a matter of fact, we are now might be able to close Dubai and Taiwan, starting to export our cheeses and burrata.
Okay, question from Mr. Lee, Philippine Daily Inquirer.
Hi, good afternoon po. Perhaps for Sir Dagdamayo, you mentioned earlier that the NDA is planning to develop 5 stock farms in different parts of the country. Perhaps the NDA can expound on the project cost, timeline, and kung may capacity nito, and magkano po pala yung budget for this? Thank you.
Yeah, right now, our budget for the development of the stock farms is around 498 million. Ngayon, sabihin, bakit ang laki? Ito na sa yung stock farm na. May mga ano rito, talagang bare. Talagang magsisimula talaga simula.
From zero.
From zero. Of course, hindi naman lahat. You have the part in General Tino in which we have already made an agreement with Bureau of Animal Industry. Ito naman, medyo i-develop yung pasture, as in fencing, hindi ka mahal kasi may unikas sa nila. But if you go to, halimbawa, Davao, where we're targeting 100 hectares, talagang bare. Pasalamat na lang meron ng access road. Pero yung interior access road dito, system, wala ka. Kaya dito talaga yung medyo malaki na kailangan. Ang details of the parts capacity. Yeah, for General Tino, we have got an agreement that it should be around 50 to 60 hectares per hectare. Yung for Ubay-Bol, of course, that's already a developed farm. Mga nasa roughly, mga nasa... Ngayon, the farm is operating on a 100-hectare area. And we would want to expand that into around 300. Then in Balay-Balay, Bukidnon, this is half of the National Artificial Breeding Center. Medyo malaki lang yung pasture rehabilitation na gagawin namin ito. That's about 50 hectares. Tapos in Davao City, we are already in discussion with the DA Region 11. And we already, our manager in our Southern Mindanao office has already written to the Regional Executive Director of the DA. And we are requesting about 100 to 200 hectares to develop. Kaya, in terms of capacity, ang maganda kasi the original objective of the farm, the stock farms, is yun nga, to be stock farms, imported animals doon papanakin, doon sila papadamigin, and to redistribute those animals to our dairy farms. So, siyempre gusto natin na ma-absorb niya anything between 500 to 1,000 heads of imported dairy animals. Total lang po yan kung 5 stock.
Sir, follow-up lang po. May ano po ba ito, timeline kung kailan siya matatapos? And ina din kung sa sinabi ni Sir Fausto kanina, dapat magkaroon ng additional support para ma-sustain or ma-increase pa yung local production. Aside from post-harvest facilities, ano pa po ba yung kailangan ibigay ng government para sa proliferation ng dairy? Do we need a greater budget for the sector?
Yes, sir.
Okay, kung sa stock farm, I think the question was,
Timelines.
timeline. Ang target namin is to make these farms ready by the end of the year. So, ibig sabihin ito, nakatanim na yung damo na kakainin ng mga baka na pwede naman. And we plan to import animals next year also.
Yes.
I think the need there is to accelerate the increase of production of milk. We need to infuse animal herd from import, and that's expensive. As I said earlier, the target we're looking at the roadmap is 2 billion a year to be given to the National Dairy Authority to support infusion of stock, increasing the genetics improvement ng mga, as you see, ang dami natin maintain, no? 2.6 billion yung Carabao, 3.6 billion Carabao, yung baka, ganun din. Bokonti yung dairy. We need to improve them to artificial insemination. We need simplify natin yung track, incentives, technicians, and so on. Pati laboratories all over, we need to put up laboratories for North Luzon, South Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The laboratory is only in NCR. So people in Visayas and Mindanao, they have the access to the laboratory. They have to go to private laboratories that are expensive. If you're looking for FDA certified CPR, Certification of Product Registration, pupunta ka sa laboratory na private, 40,000 sa product lang. Samantala po, if we have available for FDA, that will give us, for the farmers, free access to laboratory facilities. This is not only for products, safety, food safety, but also for diseases, to prevent any disease and prevention of these diseases. Yun ang problema. So we need this, of course, the farm market road, that's a favorite of our friends in Congress. And also, the facilities has to be in place. Kailangan tulungan ang, and it needs that, if you see what is driving the economy of New Zealand, Australia, United States, Europe, it's savory milk. And they're dumping it here. And we have that capacity. We have grain, we have forage na. Just need support. And what they're giving, 5.3 trillion budget binibigay sa NDA ngayon is 280 million. For 2024, binawasan pa, 207 na lang. That is the kind of attention. And you know how much livelihood, as I said earlier, 7 to 10,000 per cow sa datas na per month na kinikita ng isang farmer. Yung makakasampu, isang kaya naman na 70 to 100,000 na mga nakita. Hindi ko lang sa farmer. Kaya sa akin, yung mga involved sa bill feeding program, and I thank again and again, salamat po. Yung mga magsasaka namin na dating nakamarmalite, ngayon kasama na namin at kasi binibili ng DepEd yung fresh milk, hindi powder milk, because we do not produce powder milk. We produce, pagka powder milk yung imported dyan, multinational na talaga.
Okay, okay, Risky of BTV.
Afternoon po kay Dr. Dagamayo. Sir, kung 500% po yung target na increase yearly, kailan po possible ma-achieve yung self-sufficiency pagdating po sa milk production? Thank you.
Medyo matagal-tagal pa yun. Kasi we're only targeting to grow 500 times for the next up to 2028. Marami po yung pondo ka kailangan para nagawa natin yung takot. Pero yun yan, we will be supported on the annual budget. I think we can do that every 5 years. Magagawa natin yung budget. To which that's alam naman natin lahat, that the bill is only doing 1%. It's only doing 1%. So that means if we're going to do it the rate of 5 years and 5 times every year, then that means that much of money. And yung time, yung roughly nasa 20 years na. If you will allow that trend to continue. Pero kung hindi, siyempre hindi ginagawa.
Nagulo lang dyan.
Yung just answer the question, kasi yung characteristic of daily, 3 to 4 years bago manganak. Parang yung panganak mo ngayon, 3 to 4 years, saka mo lang ulit magagatasan. Yun yung cycle. So it take a while. But to accelerate it, kung makapag-import na ng pregnant na cow, so malaking tubo na. Okay. So the target of NDA, is 80% of the ready-to-drink milk. Pagka na 80% tayo, which is achievable, that is achievable. 80 to 100% achievable yun. Giving the trend and the support, kaya-kaya. And if we do that, 80 to 100% sufficiency sa ready-to-drink milk, liquid milk, mga nasa 5 to 7% sufficiency level tayo from a 0.8%. Akit tayo ng 7 to 8%. It's a big lift. If you look at the PSD data over the past 3 years, ang pinakamalaking increase, ang growth sa ating value-added, gross value-added to the agricultural sector is the dairy. Ang laki ng pinalo natin sa livestock, ang hogs, ang poultry, eggs. Pinakamalaki yung dairy. Ngayon, first quarter, medyo bumaba. But as I said, nagsishift kasi ng carving at saka ng production. Hopefully, by this year, punin tayo yung makababawi.
Your thoughts, Chairman? What is that? Another question? Okay. Wait, I think it's here. Okay. Sir J. Dimamis of IT sa Agilent.
Good afternoon po, sir. Nakita ko po, sir, yung mga pictures natin, yung mga kabataan, no? And I really like yung sa education. May mga programs kayo to support yung basic need ng ating mga kaibigan ng kabataan. Kailan po mag-start ulit yung programs to support o makapag-provide ng mga gatas and additional nutrition sa ating mga schools, lalo na sa mga government schools natin, including sa mga kailangan siguro sa mga provinces ng ating mga mahihirap na kababayan. Kasi based po dito sa report na put to halt yung ating program, and since the pandemic is finished, kailan po tayo mag-revision ngayon. How aggressive po ito na materialize?
It's ongoing na, Brad, no? Ongoing na, nandiyan yan sa likod natin. At totoo kami, no? Full blast kami. As a matter of fact, I can say now that whatever the Ed requires, the cooperatives can supply. So, we are expanding our capacities with the help of NTA. And then, sa mga kabataan, dahil importante yung nutrition ng mga bata, alam na natin paano naiiwan yung ating mga kabataan, stunted children, minorities, madami, 30% in the we need to address that issue because this will be, if we feed the children now with milk, they will be our consumer 2 decades from now. Pagtanda nila sila, pag hindi sila marunong uminom ng milk sa kabataan, pagtanda nila, di sa inom ng gatas. Kaya, hindi ko matabay.
Sir, follow up lang. Pwede ba follow up, sir? Do we have enough supply po sa Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao? Like sabi nyo dito lang sa NCR, yung mga laboratories. And do we have enough farmers na makapag-contribute sa lahat po ng provinces natin all over the Philippines to support your project?
Yeah, we submitted a proposal to DESER, I think, and we targeted about 1.9 million beneficiaries. As far as this is for the country, nationwide yun. Nationwide. So we're very confident that we can supply the consumer with a targeted beneficiaries.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, questions? Okay, go ahead. Okay, let's give a
Sir,
BPD.
Sir, sa June 2 po, i-enforce na itong Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. Gaano po kalaking challenge ito with the enforcement ng RCEP?
Nakakatuwa kasi we were discussing that the other day, yung pagpasok natin ng mga ganyan usapan. Right now, kasi ang challenge is of course, yung ang labanan sa presyo. And definitely, there's a lot to be done in making our prices competitive sa yung production system namin, natin to be competitive. Definitely, the strategy should not to have higher prices, but to make the farms profitable na kung saan kaya pa rin mag-compete ang ating mga produkto. So, siguro pag-distinction lang. What makes something fresh? It's fresh because produce lang tayo ng umaga. Diba? Nothing is taken away, nothing is added. I think that's the definition of freshness to me. No? And pag dumating yung produkto dito, tapos na-shelf na ng isang buwan, I cannot say that's fresh anymore. So kami, lalaban ng mga daily farmers natin sa ang value proposition is on the quality, freshness.
In terms of sa RCEP, no, kasi natakot sa RCEP yung mapuno tayo ng import. Puno na tayo ngayon sa dating. Kailangan natin ngayon mapapalitan yung imported na yun. And I would like to agree with State Gabi na yung competitiveness. Pagka nagpasok ka ng powdered milk, full cream milk. Lagyan natin ang average yan sa 320 isang kilo. Okay? Yung isang kilo, convert mo sa fresh liquid milk.
No.
4 liters sa conversion niya sa full cream milk. So, lalabas na 80 pesos sa litro. Pag yung powdered milk na pinasok pa, convert. Eh, magkano presyo ng ating cow's milk? 35 o 40 pesos. Kaya natin lumaban. Ang problema lang, i-label nila doon, nakita-dump dito yung pan eh. Dinadump, we have not implemented anti-dumping law, yung tarification. Pwede naman eh, it's allowed under the agreement na pwede tayo yung safeguard mechanism na pwede implement. We can invoke the WTO, we can invoke the other trade agreement, not only ASEAN. If you are not agreeable with ASEAN, you can invoke other agreement. Because hindi naman tinanggal yung ibang agreement. Although ASEAN consolidated everything. So, we are competitive in terms of the liquid milk. Kasi hindi tayo nagpa-powder dahil bakit ka magpa-powder, wala ka nakakata. Okay. Kaya namin, especially pag naikupa namin yung productivity kasi sila, i-produce pa 30 liters per cow, pati 7 to 12. Kung na-improve pa namin yan, yun ang aming ilalaban. At mapababa namin yung pagkain by silage or silage, yan ating El Nino na yan, kapag for silage kami, may pagkain na yung isang tuyo eh. I-stack namin yung ating mga ginita, na-stack na mandala siya. Yun ang ano natin. At yung mga tarap naman, yung sa mga bigas natin, talay, yung tarap, kaya namin yan. So, yun ang namin. And hopefully, yung intercropping sa coconut, kahit may coconut lady, sana bigay na yung pera dito. Pati naman tayo. Meron na. So, yung intercropping, canopy planting, in between the coconut trees, tayo ng mais at saka nutmeg. Yan, ang aming increases. Magaling mo ang aming NDA.
Okay, Miss Jazz, thank you po. And Miss Danessa. Miss Jazz Campao of the Manila Bulletin. Sige na rin.
Hello.
Hello. Concerning po yung mga dairy farmers, at dairy farm schools, majority of the trainees go on to work in other countries po, such as New Zealand or Australia. How does the NDA feel about this? Or do you have any transfer programs that will compel these trainees to stay here in the country instead?
Siguro mga 2 months ago, about 2 months ago, I attended the graduation of a year-long training on dairy production sa El Salvador, Misamis Oriental. And only to find out, yes, tama po kayo. Only to find out, all of the trainings intend to work abroad. Sabi ko, well, I cannot blame you, di ba? It's your decision eh. It's your decision. Now, what the Federation did is to provide a service that you need. You needed training, so the Federation provided the training. Pero hindi did not provide any monetary assistance sa training. And it's purely private sector na gawa nila. So, ang sabi ko sa kanila, what I can promise you is by the time na naisip niyo nang bumalik dito sa Philippines, and gusto niyo i-practice dito kung ano man ang natutunan niyo sa ibang bansa, it will be easier for you to do so. Yun yung mga ko sa kanila. Pero just to address your question, we do train farmers, pero not for overseas work. We train farmers who are actually our candidates in our animal distribution program. program. Okay. So, kung na-identify ka, kung ngayon pala, kasi nasabihin ka na nakapag-train ka na, you are ready to receive the animals, that means we've been working with you since last year. And later on this year, we should be makakatanggap tayo ng animals. Kasi by that time, we're already ready to do the work. Nakaprepare na yung taliman or yung pakain mo na doon, yung pabahin mo sa ayo, kung saan ka mas gagatas na doon. Alam mo na rin kung saan mo dadalhin yung gatas after mo siya magatasan para maging pera. So, ang kami, especially for highly technical trainings like artificial insemination sa baka, we finally, through a contract, that they should serve the cooperative for a minimum of 3 years. So may kontrata po yun. Opo, may kontrata po sila. Minimum of 3 years. Bago sila pwede umalis. Otherwise, sisingilin namin sila ng buong cost ng training.
Okay. Makes sense, makes sense.
Okay, Ms. Danessa, so you can start.
Just a follow-up lang po.
Please, Arden.
Yung stock farm po ba, it's the same as the nucleus farm na ginamit before. And how long bago natin ma-realize yung benefits ito? Kasi you're gonna be yung mga important cows para ma-finalize sila dito. So, gano'ng katagal po natin bago ma-realize yung
Una-una po, yung distinction between stock farm, yung stock farm nila, you produce for a day and the second. Yung nucleus farm, you have a different purpose. So, most likely, the facilities will be different. Kaya talagang these are stock farms. So you have 9 months para moving this, then para anak mo so that's another 14 months para yung anak mo and so so roughly 23 months from the time na dumating yung animals.
Yan ang magandang kaya lang mahal yun.
Sir, you mentioned no next year na tayo mag-i-import ng animals. Gano'n marami na siguro na natin. Kasi yun ang mga budget
Yun ang maliit na yung videos mo
tapos
siya.
hindi nila na
Kasi pwede ka mag-auto-tech, di ba? Pwede ka mag-search.
Pwede mo lagyan ng card yan.
For ito, introduce natin
Iba pa yung nasa ubi ba?
Ito.
is about for 2,000 heads.
Kaya yan ang
Is
pinag-ano.
about
Pwede na lang
800
i-manipulate.
million.
Pwede yung
Pero ano na yun, tawag nito.
buti na lang tayo na lang ganito.
From the time na nag-place ka ng order up to the time na natanggap na nung
Kaya yung ginagawa ko.
tinanggap na sa quarantine yung animals.
Pagka may
Sir, follow up regarding sa 500 facilities in dairy production. This is after 5 years old. And ano po yung forecasted
politika. Pagdila ko ng 500,000.
dito pa din for the how big of a den will the
Depende naman sa isyo.
basta yung
be
sa meron pa na.
happening on
Well,
the
roughly, ano eh, we're using yung playbook ng dairy federation from the industry roadmap.
Bunot ko ng sarili.
Ang ginawa lang natin
Check pa eh.
is to make some changes in the approach.
Sa government.
Kasi sa roadmap, na-flash forward eh. Magkaroon tayo ng ganito, ng ganyan, ng ganyan. Sa kami, because we are the implementers in the program, tinilo namin yung bawat steps kung nakupo na gagawin mo para makuha mo yun. So, wala akong masasabi na definite na ratio, year-on-year na ratio na increase. Walang version eh. Minsan, tawag nito, makakaranas ka na, especially in the third or fourth year of implementation. May mga figures niya na would likely decline.
Okay, follow-up question, Ms. Danessa, the Philippine Star.
Sorry sir, last na. Marami kasi ang list ng tanong. Sir, kasi
Kalista.
ng NDA, sir, it was mentioned na may strategic planning na sinet for last month for a strategy map ng NDA. And then yung final plan will be out later this year. Ito po yung roadmap na yun, or is this different? And ano po update?
So, like I said, yung roadmap was developed by the industry. Part nito ang Bureau of Regulation ng gawa. Of course, we were also there paggawa nito. And sabi ko nga, yung roadmap is more on paano mga statements kung ano mangyayari dapat gawin. Kami, what we did is a scientific mapping na ginawa namin is to map out from that roadmap. Ano ang gagawin namin para ma-achieve yung bawat objective ko sa roadmap na yun? Pero we came up with, we understood, hindi pala naglalagay naman pala yung mga targets natin. They're doing it at 5%, 25.4%. Kami were doing also at that level. Kaya sabi ko ang ginawa talaga namin, hindi may namin the steps going towards that 5% increase. Mas efficiency pala.
Okay, Ms. Naya of the Philippine Star.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, you mentioned yung 500% na increase. Is it even achievable considering your limited budget of less than 300 million? And bakit yung ating local production 1% na, saan yung ma-attribute yung ganun kabagal na paglago ng ating local production? Is it yung lack of continuity of change ng administration or limited budget na binibigay ng Congress?
Dumubog tayo sa 1%. Yung 1% na yun, that's our sufficiency level. Ibig sabihin, based on the national population, doon nakalagay yung ating 1%. So ibig sabihin nun, as the population grows, lumalaki rin yung production natin eh. Yun nga lang, hindi siya nakakahabol sa rate ng growth ng ating population. Hindi siya nakakahabol. It's very keeping up. Kaya ang nakikita nga natin, pwede pala natin gawin ito. Kaya nga, hindi po lahat ng sinet namin objectives, like the setting up of the feed centers, ay sa NDA po naka-lecture. Kaya ang sinasabi natin kanina, mga competitive ang gagawa nito. And we will be asking from the funding agencies, halimbawa, yung PRDP, we have already discussed this with some of our cooperatives to submit a proposal for the feed center. Kasi, right, alam na nga kung gano'ng kalaki yung budget ng PRDP right now. So, doon namin sigurado kunin yung punto. And yung mga aming mga offices sa bawat areas will be assisting our dairy farmers para ma-complete their requirements sa pag-request ng poll or pag-dairy. Now, for other areas ng growth, sana, ang isang tingin na talaga namin, kung suportahan kami ng Tondo to import animals on a year, on an annual basis. Ibig sabihin we will use these animals na para mapadami yung lahi ng baka. Kaya I think that's achievable. Kasi we were looking at roughly 9,000 living animals. 9,000 living animals. Samantala ang target pala namin is only about 15 to 20 animals lang pala. So ibig sabihin, if we double that number of animals, kaya pala namin ma-achieve yung target namin ng level of sufficiency.
Any more questions?
Can I add to...
Yes.
Yung kasing trend dapat natin, we will have to graduate from smallhold farming to a bigger, more economically economies of scale. And we can do that to cooperatives, kung mag-individual kasi yung mga farmers naman, those that are taking care of animals right now, yung mga pera nyo, and ang kailangan technical support, kailangan yung mga farmers itself with the market, availability of the market linkage, and post-harvest support. May increase yung not really rely only on government. Sila lang yung catalyst, but the multiplier niya, yung velocity niya, kalaki, because the farmers themselves will expand on their own, looking for land bank or any financing to be able to meet the demand that is increasing. So yun ang magiging generator. Catalyst na sila, nagtanim ng punda, kami yung magpapalago. We have to graduate from smallholder farming later on to a commercially
Malakas yung
operating
mo.
to do that. Yun ang
Bumibila.
Last na lang po pala.
Nakalilig sa kanya.
Ask ko lang po pala kung ilan yung ating naka-employ sa local industry. Meron po ba tayo?
Unfortunately, I mean, kasama yung mga farmers natin and all the workers. Siguro we can prepare a separate information on that. Wala kami hawak ng information.
Ang tansya we have about 10,500 something households, farmers, families. And if you will include the backward linkage, yung nagtatanim ng mga mais, plus yung forward linkage of the process and so on. Kasi if you're talking only daily as production of the milk, it also involves processing, packaging, distribution, and marketing. Pag sinama mo lahat, based on sa ating general data, will be about, mag-increase pa natin, we can double it, because of the other linkages that is affected when you go to, because milk do not stop there. When you produce the milk from the cow, it has to be processed, it has to be packaged, it has to be distributed, it has to be marketed. Yung mga taong involved dyan, kasama yan sa involved normally sa food processing, 50% food processors
siya.
industries, industries, 50% is food processing. And micro and small enterprises, nandun, at kasama yan sa daily enterprise. At yan ang complete value chain kasi dairy is one of the only industry na kumpleto. From the time na nagtanim ka ng damo, hanggang sa deliver mo sa eskwelahan sa Philippines, at saka deliver ka sa supermarket, kumpleto yung chain. That makes what I can say. Kami lang yung kumpleto value chain.
Ito, mas okay ba? Mas okay.
Okay, questions?
Hindi nagsasabi.
Questions? Okay, Sir Jay, please. Lisa.
Sir, with the rise po ng maraming aspiring ngayon ng mga farmer, any sectors, ngayon po, focus kasi dahil po yan sa maraming vloggers, marami po tayo sa social media na napaus talaga yung farming ngayon, especially pandemic. For those who are aspiring na gusto mag-start or nakasimula na, and meron po ba tayo mga programs to support them? Yung mga gusto na, and paano sila makakabis na po to get some support? Yung ating mga bagong farmers po.
Sa mga bago at sa mga interesado pumasok sa pagkakasan, it always starts with a letter of intent. Wala kami mga specific forms na letter of intent lang. Nakasabi lang doon kung sino kayo, saan kayo, paano kayo makontak, ano meron kayong resources na pwede nyo isama sa gusto nyo daily production. At mas maganda po kung kaano na kayo samahan. Tulad ng kooperatiba, usually, ang proseso na nangyayari yan, once mapapadalang letter of intent, yan po ikakilagay na sinasagot. Pagkatapos po nun, halimbawa, kung sa akin kayo papadala ng letter of intent, opisina kung saan may hawak niya. Halimbawa, kung kagabi, bigla akong alala, kagabi, may sinagot ako sa FB, taga Davao del Sur. Sabi ko, puntahan niyo yung aming opisina sa Davao. Sabi ko, nandun po sila sa Barangay Los Domingos. Sa loob po ng Kingsgate. Nandun po sila. Pwede nyo sila puntahan ngayon doon. Kung sabihin kayo yung letter of intent ninyo. Matapos po ang nangyayari dyan, pupunta sila sa area nyo para tingnan. At kung sa makita niya, makita ng letter nyo, ano meron doon, ano mga kung meron sila makita issue, susulat nila yan, tapos ipapaliwanag sa inyo, ano kinakailangan na use sa park. So, ibig sabihin nun, pag nandun na kayo sa proseso nyo, kinukonsider na kayo na pwede na kayo maging recipient ng mga baka. Usually yan, lagi na kayo bibisitahin kung titingnan kung nagagawa nyo ba yung mga recommendations na binigay ng aming mga tao sa inyo. Tuloy-tuloy ko yun. Sabi ko nga, ibig sabihin kung ngayon kayo yung bigyan yung mga katatot kayo ng baka, ibig sabihin niya, tinutulungan namin kayo, nasustiyan namin kayo, buksan sa utak. Kasi kinakailangan talaga, matagal talaga ng preparation. Meaning na. So, yun po ang pinaka-proseso. Yun lang po kasi, ipapagsa. Sir,
yung ano po, thank you for answering that, sir. So once na qualified mo sila to become resident, hanggang saan po yung support and ano po yung mga support na ibibigay nyo, like when it comes to funding, if it's funded, how big po yung amount na ibibigay yung support or ibibigay po ng baka, gano'n ng baka, and how do they qualify po yung number ng baka kung tatlo ba, sandaan. So, yun po yung mga basic na mga questions po na ating mga aspiring or mga nagsisimula na ngayon na meron na dalawang baka at gusto ka nila mag-expand. Hanggang saan po yung support na naibibigay?
Unang-una, syempre, yung assessment ng gagawin sa inyong farm. Halimbawa, kung wala pa kayong baka o lalo na kayo may alagang baka, titignan kung yung inyong kasalukuyang kakayahang akatinin ang mga baka ito may sapat. Siyempre, kasabihin na kagad sa'yo nila na, dito ko lang sa system ko kulang na. Bibigyan ka kayo ng advice kung paano mo i-expand o kung paano mo halagaan ng mga baka. Dalawa na naman ang pupuntahan niya. Either na palitan mo yung pakain mo, palitan mo yung damo na katanim ito ng mas mataas ang volume na pakain tulad ng media. O kaya, pwede ka magbawas ng kayo. Kasi, ito ang hindi maganda sa nakasanayan natin mga Pilipino. Nakasanayan natin, nakatali lang yung baka sa ilalim. Ay kung ano man yung kanyang kakain sa maghapon na yun, ay depende sa haba sa tali. Diba? Yun lang naman. Ang isang mga sumapa niya, hindi pa natin alam yung quality ng mga damo na kaya kabutin ng ating mga alagang tayo. Kung magandang klase ba yung hindi. Kaya namin pilitan yung kumain kasi ito na nakakainin ko, lalo hindi. Diba? So, ibig sabihin niya, pag may balong pa na ng konti yung sistema ng pag-aalaga, pwede kang makapag-produce ng mas maraming gatas o pwede kang makalagdag ng kalat ng kayo. Ngayon, usually, kami naman, ang aming pangungunan sa isang hektarya ng lupa, usually, 5 tinahin ang kaya ng alagaan niya. Isang hektarya ng lupa. Ibig sabihin, yung isang hektarya yun, pulo-pulo ng pakain yun. Yun ay ginagawa kong cotton carry. Inaanin yung damo at dinadala sa bakay pakain. So, yun po yung ratio. Doon po natin malalaman kung gano'ng marami yung ibibigay sa isang daily market. So, lahat po yan, depende sa kung gaano ka lamang yung kita niya. Pero siyempre, advantage kung kasama ka lang sa kooperatiba. At lalo na sabi mo nga, kung nakapag-establish yung kooperatiba ng mga incentive. Kasi hindi mo kailangan magkaroon na. Lahat ng pangangailangan mo, kukunin mo sa kooperatiba. Pakita mo lang sa amin na meron kasundo sa kooperatiba na willing na tumanggap ng ganitong maraming pagkain. Pagkatapos doon, susuka Pero, may mga kasunduan doon, nagsasabi, na dapat, isasama yung anak mo na babae, ubusin mo, katulad kung anong ibigay sa iyo, at ipapasa mo sa kasunod sa iyo na partner. Diba? Ngayon, nakalagay din doon, kung pinabayaan mo yung hayop, kung hindi maayos ang pag-aalaga, kung ito ay taliwas sa tinatawag na animal welfare act, pwede namin bawiin sa iyo yung hayop. So, yun po yung aming.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, any more questions? Also, Paul Clark. Are you going once? Nice. Okay po. I think dito na po ako magtatapos sa ating press conference. As kayo po, Doc Gabby, closing. Any words po for World Youth Day? That's what mag-close.
Yung ang World Youth Day po ay sineselebrate po sa buong mundo. Hindi natin kultura ang gatas. Kaya sana, ito maging simula na maging kasama na natin sa kultura ang World Youth Day. Na kung saan hindi lang sineselebrate nito production ng gatas. Sineselebrate nito ang pangako nito na kasama ang pag-unlad ng kalusugan at katalinuhan ng ating mga mamamayan. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Okay. Now, for the close po, our World Youth Day press conference, I would like to call on our Deputy Administrator, si Attorney Gabino Alfredo Benitez.
Hello, good afternoon. Marami na tinatatay. Marami clarifications, extensive ang mga explanations ng panel. Nagpupila tayo ng 2:30, nagpas alas 4 na. So I think high time we close this. But before we do, we've been talking all afternoon about milk. Probably we should start drinking one. Right? I mean, with your indulgence, I'm inviting you to a milk toast. It's called a milk toast. Toast for the world milk day, as well as for the further development and success of our local dairy industry. Very important is rice and what are contributing. Everyone has jigger of a milk? Meron na? Okay, here's to the local milk industry and to the world milk day.
Cheers!
Cheers! That milk is courtesy of that cooperative of one cooperative Katmon. And it is delicious, right? So thank you very much, everyone. All of you friends from the media for making our conference happen. God bless and good day, everyone. Thank you.